What's up, you guys? It's Jono! Today I want to talk about how to level up pretty fast in Pokemon Go. Now, as you can see, I am a level 31 player, and I've been playing since the very beginning of the game, the launch that happened in Australia and New Zealand. Alright, so I've been playing for quite a long time. There are people who are higher level than me, but most of the time when I go out and I talk to people, people ask me, what level are you? And I say 31, and they go, what? That's crazy, you must play all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I really do play all the time, but I also play really smart, and there's a very particular way that I play, and I think that this is what guarantees me getting the higher levels faster than other people get. So I'm gonna grab this common Pokemon real quick. One of the things that I do to level up fast is I catch every single Pokemon. I really take the mantra, gotta catch them all, to heart, and I catch every single Pokemon that I can get, especially the super easy ones like 10 CP. I love a 10 CP. 10 CP is the best thing I could possibly ever see. I love it. Alright, so that's one thing that I do. You guys notice I also get the curveballs. Curveballs are a big part of getting experience. You get 10 for every single catch, but better than that is getting your great throws. Another thing that I do that I really focus on is the great throws. It's extremely hard to get the excellent throw. It's not worth it to try for the excellent throw. Do your curveball, aim for the great throw every time, and that's another way that I level up really fast. But the main way that I level up really fast is by choosing the best destinations to go play Pokemon. So I'm on my lunch break right now. I usually go on my lunch for about an hour, and I'm at American River College, and you can see this is an extremely dense location with a ton of Pokestops. You get 50 experience for every one of those Pokestops, so it's really important to go to a location where you can be hitting Pokestops constantly while you're playing. Every 10 Pokestops is 500 experience, so every 20 Pokestops is going to be 1,000 experience. You can see how that would add up pretty quickly if you could hit 20 Pokestops in a 5-minute walk. Now here at this location, I've got a 5-minute walk that I'm going to go and do circles in here in a minute, and I can do that walk in 5 minutes, and there are 13 Pokestops. So whatever the 13 times 50 is, it's 650 experience every time I go around that walk every 5 minutes for an hour. So that's a lot of experience I'm racking up just walking around. Not to mention, I hatch usually 2K eggs, which is a little bit of experience as well, which by the way, I need to put one of those on. And I also catch all the common Pokemon that I can find. I catch the really common ones like Rattata, like Pidgey. Those are my favorite because they don't cost very much to evolve them. So I hang on to those Pokemon for later so I can evolve them. Like I'm saving in the Caterpies right now. I've got 67 Caterpie candies. I probably have a lot of Pidgey candies, 274 Pidgey candies. So I really save up those candies for those evolution sprees when I can evolve all those Pokemon on a lucky egg. But this is how I actually get those Pokemon, and this is how I'm doing those evolution sprees so close to each other. You guys will notice I do an evolution spree about once a week, and that's to clear out all these Pokemon and candies, and that is a lot of experience. So every time I do that, it's about 60 to 120,000 experience, and that makes up for at least 1/5 of each level when I'm at this very high level. So those go a long way. I could do 5 of those in 5 weeks, and then I'd be done, plus all the experience I get from catching the Pokemon themselves. And you guys can see how much Stardust I have. I'm saving my Stardust back up right now, so I'm at 152,000. If you watch my channel, you know I do a lot of Stardust spending sprees, but now I'm starting to see people who have 500,000 Stardust, and I know that soon I'm gonna see people with 1,000,000 Stardust. So I wanna be one of those people who has 500,000 and has 1,000,000 when it's time to have millions. So that's what I want. I want it. I've seen people now who are not spending any Stardust unless it is a 90 unless it is a 90% Pokemon or higher on the IVs. I really respect those people. The people who I've seen saying that, it was actually one person on the Facebook group that I'm part of, and he had over 500,000 Stardust. So I'm like, dang it, doing it like a boss. That's how you do it. So let me show you how you get these great throws. Right here in the middle is where you want it. It's still big. It's a really big circle. It's not hard to get that aim on the center there, and the great throw gives you a significantly better chance to catch, and you get the 50 experience plus the great, or I should have got the curveball on that. Where's my curveball? That's messed up. I probably didn't spin it around enough times. You have to spin it around until you see the dazzling, gleaming little stars. That's when you know you're gonna get the curveball. So that's basically my recommendation. That's the whole gist of my video. Now what I'm gonna do is actually go do what I said, go walk around, catch all the common Pokemon, walk in my circle, and hit the stops over and over. But like I said, this is a college, and I'm not trying to be like weirdo Jono walking around talking to myself, and I don't have anybody with me today. So I'm not gonna do any more talking on this video. The rest of the video is just gonna be for you to see how I play, the way that I play when I'm not doing a video and catching a ridiculous Snorlax and like dabbing it out. This is the way that I play on a normal day when I just go out and do my regular thing. I catch every single normal Pokemon that I can possibly catch. There's some days where I throw all of them away because I just want the candies. Today's one of the days where I don't throw any away because I need the Pokemon to actually evolve them. I don't even have enough Caterpies right now to do all of the candies that I have for Caterpie, for example. So if I wanted to get the maximum amount of experience for the number of candies that I have, I would actually need to have 3 or 4 more Caterpies to hang on to, and then when I get them, I'll have even more candies. So I need to grab at least, you know, 5 more physical Caterpie Pokemon for the evolutions so that I can throw them away after the evolutions and just keep the experience. So what I'm about to do is go walk. I'm gonna just do my thing. I'm gonna record the video. I'll upload it for you guys, but I'm not really gonna talk that much more. I will do an outro when I get back to the car, so maybe skip to the end of the video if you know, already know how I play and already know what I'm about to do. Some of you guys watch all my videos, which I really, really appreciate. Thank you. And you already know what I'm doing, but there are some people who are, you know, people ask me all the time, Jono, how you level up so fast? You must play all the time. And this is how I do it. I come to lunch so I can get items and common Pokemon, and then I use those items in the evening for my Pokemon walk at the nest that I live at. The nest that I live next to is right now a Bulbasaur nest, and there's not very many Pokestops, so I run out of Pokeballs while I'm there sometimes. So I'm here so I can grab items. That's the #1 most critical thing that I'm here to do, and that's why I walk really fast, so I can get all those items. And you can see I'm pretty well stocked on items right now, and I'm gonna do a video later about how I stock myself on items. It's not just coming to the school and walking around. There's actually more to it than that, but that's a whole different process that I have to go through. It's not really related to farming experience. It's more just keeping myself stocked with items so I don't have to spend money in the game on Pokeballs. All right, you guys, so I know that's a lot of information to take in. Now I really gotta go and take my walk, and I'm gonna walk around, catch some Pokemon. I'll do an outro before the video's over, and I think that this is gonna be fun. I shouldn't catch anything too rare. I don't normally catch anything too rare here at the college, but Snorlax does hang out here. If I see him on the radar, I am gonna go find him. So we'll see what happens, and just watch if you want to, and if you enjoyed that explanation, then, you know, you don't have to watch, but I certainly hope that everybody does watch. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna go walk. Almost had 3 in a row on the great throws. I had 2. 2 great throws in a row, and then he stays on a regular throw. Jeez. It's because I'm not getting any great throws on him. Because it's too far back for me. There we go. Have to throw it like a little bit harder to get it go all the way back. That's what it took. This Paris right here is a little bit too strong and he's going to give me a hard time, so I might just leave him. I usually try to give him 2 throws and at least try to get a great throw, and if they won't stay after that, then yeah, see, he's just too wily. It's not worth wasting the balls because he's too strong. It's only very recently that I started doing that, because I ran out of great balls one time and I really needed them to catch Dratini and some more important Pokemon, and I was like, I can't keep throwing great balls at Paris just because he's 600, you know, just to catch a common Pokemon for 3 candies. So I was like, there must be a better way. So yeah, that's when I changed and I stopped throwing Ultra Balls and Great Balls at common Pokemon. Can't believe she stayed on that terrible throw. I get those great throws all day long. says there's a Charmander though. I'd rather find that Charmander. So the location that I'm going to right now is that circle you can see off in the distance. It's a nice circle of stops right up at the top of the screen. It makes a circle and then it circles back around to this large building right above me. And then I basically make that loop over and over again to hit all the stops. But because that's on the other side of the campus, I have to walk through the campus, so I just catch all the commons on the way through. Because the first time you come to an area, you get more Pokemon spawning than when you hang out there for a long time, because all of them have already been there for a few minutes. So I just unlock all the spawns as I walk through, and then I go to the spot where I'm going to play. Wow, that's the strongest Rhyhorn I've ever seen. That is the strongest Rhyhorn I have ever seen. Rhyhorn is the easiest Pokemon to get a Great Throw on. I could have done it right there, but I goofed up and threw it at the wrong time. But he's got the largest circle of any other Pokemon, and he's very common. So he's a good one to practice on if you're trying to figure out how to do Great Throws and how to do curveballs. He's got the huge circle. He's very common, at least where I live he is. I'll be evolving him into a Rhydon probably. It's hard to find Pokemon with high CP as well as having good IVs. Sometimes you'll find them with really good IVs, but they're not really maxed out on their CP. It's much more rare, so it's hard to find that combination of both. Trying to get the Great Throw on this stupid Rattata. There we go. Oh yeah. Alright, now this is where I start doing my loop.
I hope to see you there, buddy.
There's that 10. Loving that 10. I try to get the Great Throw on them because you know that they're going to stay no matter what, because their percentage to catch is so low. So it's like a guaranteed Great Throw that they won't break out of. So you get that 50 experience. So here's the loop I was talking about. It makes a big circle right here. And there's a couple places where I walk just a little bit out of my way to add on the 3 extra stops. So it goes from being a 10-stop loop into being a 13-stop loop, which is pretty handy. That's a lot of stops, just for a quick little loop. Now, the first time I walk through here, I always get a bunch of Pokemon spawns, and then they start to drop off on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th loop. But that's actually good because it helps me stay focused on grinding the items. Because a lot of times so many Pokemon spawn, I have to actually stop walking so I can catch them all. I'm gonna give this guy a raspberry because I have a lot of raspberries, and see if I can get him to stay. These stupid parrots are just They can be very frustrating. Hey, there we go. Yeah, that actually does work pretty well. Don't throw your great balls, but just throw a raspberry if you have a lot of them to get these stubborn Pokemon to go sometimes. It's another situation where it's big enough to raspberry. And the hope is that I won't have to spend too many balls by doing that. It does seem to work pretty well. In the like 600 range, 500, 400, 600 range, that can work. When you get to about 700, 750, you really need to get out the great ball. Now the school does spawn rares. Pidgeotto or Pidgeot is actually considered a rare spawn. I'm gonna see if he's weak enough. Yeah, see, he's at 428, which means I could actually catch him and I don't have to waste too many balls on him. I am gonna throw him the great ball just to seal the deal. He's even red with the great ball. It's so hard to throw him back there. I might have to forget about him because he's too far back. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna give him one more try because he's not worth the balls. Nope, not gonna do it. Abra is well known for running away. He runs every time, so I pretty much get out the great throw for him, or the great ball for him, and the raspberry, even if he's low, because he seems to bust out and run way more often than other Pokemon. And if he busts out, he runs every time the first time. So it's very consistent with that. This is one of those minor detours that I take off the loop to get one extra stop. And I usually get one or two Pokemon over there, so it's worth it to walk over there too. You guys might notice I don't do lures and I don't do incense while I'm here. I'm focused on the walking. I already catch enough commons. That's why I come here, because the commons spawn pretty regularly. And then I don't have to use the items to get those spawns to come out. Alright, you guys, so that was my first full loop. This was the stop that I came into the loop on. I don't know why it didn't spin just now. And of course it says try again. So you can see the loop includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a total of 10 on this loop, not 13. So 10 stops, every loop is 500 experience, plus the Pokemon that I catch along the way. Each one of those is about 160 because I get the Great Throw, so it ends up adding up pretty quickly. That's basically my secret to success. It's coming to the right locations, making sure that there's plenty of Pokestops, and making sure that you catch a high volume of common Pokemon at those places. Some people like to go to locations where maybe there's a lot of Pokestops, but you don't catch that many Pokemon, or maybe you catch a lot of Pokemon of a certain kind, but there aren't that many Pokestops, like at the nest that I go to at home. But it's the combination of both of those things that helps you rack up the most experience. Now you guys will notice I'm not using a Lucky Egg. I have not used the Lucky Egg aside from during evolutions since I was about level 15 or so. I stopped using the Lucky Egg, so I've just been grinding the evolutions with the Lucky Egg, but other than that I don't play with it. So I probably would be a lot higher level by now, aside from I haven't been playing with that turned on. So you notice on the second loop, there's not as many Pokemon, so I get through the stops a lot faster. Barely anything is spawning because I already cleared it out recently, and because I'm getting through the loop faster than the spawn rate, I do the loop in 5 minutes and the spawn rate is 12 to 15 minutes. So that means that there's going to be some downtime, so I actually get a lot more walking done during that time. So you can see most of the stops are still purple, and then the ones at the very far end are just starting to turn blue again. So the walk time is a little bit over 5 minutes. It's not exactly 5 minutes, or I would be hitting the stops right when they're turning blue again, which would be really awesome, but I'd have to walk a lot faster, and I don't feel like it. And every once in a while I just check the sightings list in case there's a Snorlax on it, because that's the only thing that I would really go run for that would spawn in this area. There's other stuff I would run for, but they're not going to spawn here, like a Lapras. Just not going to happen. He's too strong and I don't want to waste the balls on him. It's not worth it.